Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back in the studio Monday morning. The Final Four is set. And is your bracket still matching what that says?
It is indeed. The seeding committee has to really feel good about what they've done, because for only the second time in history, all four of the top seeds are in the Final Four. These are the top teams in America, and I think they proved that as the playoffs went on. It's not that they weren't challenged, but indeed there were some really significant moments in which the better teams came away. So that sets up a situation next Saturday. The men's semifinals will be next Saturday, and it'll be they're playing at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Auburn will be facing their conference rival Florida in one of the games, and then Duke plays Houston in the other, and all four of those are the top seeds in the men's division. Should be some very good basketball, and I think everybody has to be very pleased with the way things happen. Rough games, all rough, but they are what they are, and that's the way it ended up.
No, absolutely. And honestly, overall, it's been some pretty incredible competition, and that's exactly what you like to see. Win, lose, or draw. I mean, you know, obviously you make the case for some of the usual suspects are still there, but it's still been good competition. My bracket in 10th place, so not going to hear any hooting and hollering from this side of the room. What about the ladies?
Well, ladies, half the field has been decided, and that the other half will be decided tonight. And matched up in those are Texas and Texas Christian, TCU, and Southern Cal meeting Connecticut. Southern Cal will not have their best player, Juju Watkins. She is out for the year with the ACL injury, which is too bad. Still, Southern Cal is very good, but so is UConn. This will be absolutely a dandy semifinal matchup. Already, South Carolina and UCLA are into the Final Four. The Final Four for the ladies being played in Tampa, and indeed those games will be Sunday and Tuesday of next weekend. But got to get there first, and there are two games in Spokane still to go.
Speaking of good competition, that ladies tournament has also been some pretty incredible competition as well, almost as good as the guys. The attendance figures for the first weekend of the UFL, I saw some highlights over the weekend, and it's a pretty good game so far.
Games, maybe. That's a judgment factor for the audience. The crowds have been abysmal. Now, keep in mind that the UFL is based on TV ratings. That's what they want, the TV ratings, and they haven't come out yet and probably won't until either later today or tomorrow. But the attendance figures were not very good at all. The most attended game was in the nation's capital. They called the DC Avengers is what their team is, and they drew just over 12,000. That was the biggest crowd for all four of the games. The smallest crowd was in Memphis at the Liberty Bowl Stadium, where the Memphis team plays. They're called the Showboats, and that crowd was 4,000. And in between, you had the other two. These aren't really good attendance for any kind of pro venture. But the fact is that, again, the TV ratings are what's going to be the basis for the UFL continuing, and it may or may not. The players are not happy with some of the financial barriers that the league has placed, but that's over and above everything else. You've got to play the games first.
You got to play the games, and if you're getting paid to play a sport, you shouldn't be complaining too much. I'm also curious as to how much money is coming in for the gambling side of it.
Well, there's some.
I'm sure there is. I mean, you could gamble if what color car Ned drives if you want to. Pretty crazy opening weekends for each side of the state. Let's talk about the Cardinals first. They took their series.
Well, they did. They swept it, as a matter of fact, and they needed to. That's a great start that the Cardinals needed. And it's really important because of the adverse publicity that they had during the offseason. Still, pretty good crowds on hand, and they sweep the Minnesota Twins. Well, how good is Minnesota? Well, we'll find that out as the season goes on. But the Cardinals were hitting the ball. They got some pretty fair pitching, and they sweep Minnesota. The final game yesterday was 9-2, but the Cardinals hitting the long ball. They had 3 home runs yesterday. Hey, that's great. All right, now we'll find out the rest of the season still to go. The Royals played the Cleveland Guardians, and that's a division rival. And the Guardians took 2 out of 3 from the Royals. 6-2 was the final yesterday. Kansas City wins 1 game, but they lose 2 still. That's Major League Baseball. The way things go, you can't. I think Kansas City has a good team, folks, and they'll be heard from as the season goes on.
It's a long race. So sit back and relax. But it was great to watch some baseball this weekend, I'll tell you that right now. Missouri State and the Panthers both have some important conference games in this weekend.
The Bears had Belmont out of Nashville, Tennessee in here for a 3-game series. And Missouri State takes a 2 out of 3, including a run rule game on Friday night. Now, the Bears themselves almost got run ruled on Saturday with Belmont winning at 17-11. But yesterday, the Bears come roaring back and win 8-3. So that gives the Bears a 2 out of 3 from Belmont, and that's very good. Now, Missouri State has a non-conference game tomorrow night at Hammons Field. And this is against a traditional non-conference, yes, but a traditional national power, and their name is Oklahoma State. They come in here. This is Josh Holliday's ball club, and they'll play the Bears under the lights tomorrow night here in town. Always a good matchup to see. Oklahoma State's very good. Drury had conference games in Quincy, Illinois. They had 4 of them. The teams split, each one winning at 2. So the season continues on as we approach the beginning of April.
Last but not least, there was some racing going down in Virginia. Who got the checkered flag?
Denny Hamlin. They're racing at Martinsville, Virginia, which just so happens to be Denny Hamlin's home track. And he roared to victory, led 274 laps in this race. This is a short track in NASCAR, but the Martinsville venue is a traditional one, and Denny Hamlin gets the win, much to the delight of the crowd in Martinsville, Virginia. Denny Hamlin takes the checkered flag.
Big congratulations to him, Ned. You have a great Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow.